Yep, time to move the Vandas in. Getting way too cold for these guys. Why is this pink on camera? This is purple. It's a Pachara. It's a purple Pachara. The OG of Pacharas. Oh, there's some buds on the Disocactus. That's neither here nor there, though. Okay, need to get up here. Temperatures are starting to plummet, and doesn't look like they're going to warm up anytime soon, so the Vanda's got to go in. If it were going to be, like, warming back up into the 80s, I wouldn't... Oh, hi, Flower Spike! Always fun finding new spikes. You know, I had forgotten how much these roots like to stick to these metal pots. I should have moved those further away. I've had to tear a few roots up, which I hate doing. Kind of defeats the purpose of everything, doesn't it? Here's an example of a Vanda that needed a little bit more light. See how its top is kind of spiraling a little bit? It's alright, can fix that, it's okay. I should say more even light. That's what I meant. This area up here, the light changes a lot throughout the seasons. It depends on where the sun, like where it is in the sky. Because in the summer it's more up there, and in the fall it's like down there. And yeah, that's all that's about. It's an exciting story, wasn't it? Man, oh, these are like rooted onto the trellis. That's gonna take me a while to get off of there. Look at that, going right into that potting soil. Well, I don't know what to do there. I guess we'll just take the whole pot with us. No, not really. I'm gonna dig that out. Whew, okay. Everything's in. Well, almost everything. I am going to go ahead and wait to kind of dig through these and talk about them. I guess it doesn't matter to you because I'll edit it and it won't seem like a long time. But it's actually so cold outside that these guys, So here's what happened. The forecast said it was supposed to get down to 47, which I was like, fine, no big deal. My Vandas have gone colder than that before. When I woke up this morning, it was 36 degrees outside. And then when I checked my sensors, apparently it dipped down to 34. And like I mentioned, there's not going to be any like super warm days coming up. If it were going to be 80 degrees tomorrow, I wouldn't be that worried about it. But it's not. It's going to be in like the low 60s, and I've not seen any warm days coming up in the forecast. Also, pardon the mess, I'm setting things up to bring the plants in, so I had to move and don't worry about it. It's fine. But as far as the orchids are concerned, they're cold enough right now that I don't want to mess with them any more than I have to, because when they're cold, it's a lot easier to bruise them and damage them. And it can take a long time for them to even show damage, so I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. I'm going to give them a few hours to warm up. It's only like, I want to say about 63 degrees in here, so that's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll help. Oh, I forgot to bring in my Pachara. Whoops. I was so excited to be in the garage near a heater that I just completely forgot about it. There we go. I'm so sorry. That's the one I bought in Florida. It looks like garbage, so I'm going to separate that one from the others. I'll get that one in a little bit. It's going in the house. Ugh, didn't really give myself much wiggle room here, did I? As I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and give all these guys some time to warm up before I start fidgeting with them. I did see some spikes on a few of them, which is exciting. Some of them that have never spiked for me before. And I'll talk about it as I'm hanging them up and putting them away. The only orchid I'm really concerned about is the vanilla. They don't like cold. Like, they're very sensitive to cold, and you can see this leaf. I don't know. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm actually outside right now because I'm missing one. The first one I pulled off and I got excited because I saw the bud. I'm not finding that as I've been unpacking these other guys, and I'm wondering if it fell off the cart somewhere. There's just a random Phalaenopsis orchid hanging out over here. That's cool. Don't know how that happened. Oh wait, yes I do. I had some stuck up in the trunk. It's a long story. It was an experiment. Didn't work out well. That's how we learn. But I don't see it. Where's my other Vanda? You guys see that steam? Oh, had some fun swimming in here last night with the lasers going.
Call me a fanatic, my music is like a habit. I'll have it from the dawn until late at night. Audio robotics, hypnotic, you know I got it. My music is electronic, makes you feel alright. Call me a fanatic.
Gonna go ahead and bring this Radicans orchid in. It's in a basket, so it's gonna be a lot colder in there. I don't know. This is the weirdest thing. I must just be overlooking it. That's weird. Plinkett, you see my missing orchid? Where is it? Where'd it go, Bite? Where's my orchid? Huh? Where is it? But I'm packing some fall decor. Hi, okay, I'm sorry. Stop vlogging, pet me. If you didn't catch last week's vlog, here's a lot of the plants that are already in bloom. There was a sale at Bath & Body Works. So I've been setting things out, kind of examining them, seeing which ones I need to work with a little bit, and trying to find the ones that were in bud so I can show those off a little bit more easily. But the one that's missing, I know it's missing because I had two orchids that were tied up with this cord here. Same cord I used to make this little pulley system so that I can just kind of dunk my Vandas in the water to soak them. And we know that it's not this one. That's the one that's already in bloom. So I don't know where it is. It's not here, not here, not here, not here. Not any of these. These are all the quarter treats up here. I moved that radicans in. It's going to do a lot better inside because this is actually, it's been showing some signs of overwatering stress. So better right here. I think my drippers may have been hitting it a little bit. May have been getting misted from those. Okay, yeah, no, I need to stay on task here though. Where is that missing orchid? Another look back here. Toby, don't look at the camera. The flash is on. It's not good for your eyes, bud. Oh, I stuck my hand on a spider web. There was a spider on this fence last week the size of Jupiter. I don't hate spiders, but not that big. Not when there's someplace I walk around. Anywhere? Vanda! Come out wherever you are. I don't understand how this happened. Walk through here, see if it... Hey, Tuck. Yeah, okay, don't mind me. I don't get it. It has to be somewhere between there and the garage. I've looked, I don't understand. Oh, you see what I see? Okay. All right, here we go. It's okay, I'm here. I'm saving you. It's gonna be all right. Come on, get at it. Is this kind of Blair Witchy to you guys? It is for me. Come on, there we go. Yeah, see? There's that cord and that spike. Much better. Had to tell you, I'm already over this cold weather and it's just begun. But the fog is pretty, and so is the laser party. Good thing queen palms don't mind being in the 40s. Oh, I just heard a dog bark and it sounded like death. Every year, I don't know how it happens, but every year I bring them in and I'm like, what did I do with these last year? I know a lot of them go on the pulley system. The larger ones I keep back there towards the window and they do fairly well, surprisingly. But they've grown so much. And I've downsized on my Vandas. I did a whole video on it last year. It was like, something like, I'm not buying orchids anymore, something like that. And you kind of just got a taste of why. There's so many that's hard to keep track of them at this point. I have a lot of other plants. Everything, this whole space is going to be filled with tropical plants within the next few weeks. It's going to be that way until like March of 2019. So I don't have space. I only bought one Vanda this year. It was just in Panama City last week or 2 weeks ago, depending on when this video comes out. Y'all saw it. It's pretty, but I've been good, but there's so many of them. Not that I'm complaining. They are my favorite orchids. Oh, I still have my light on. That looks pretty much the same. Okay. Oh well. Anyways, so when I bring them in, typically I have more time and more warning, and about a week before I bring them in, I start pulling them. I move them to some place that's much more easy to access so I can keep a closer eye on them, spray anything that needs it, trim off dead leaves, and clean them up because over the summertime they end up, let me see if I can find one. So you can see in here, they get dirty. I don't know how that must have been near a pot or something during a really bad storm. I'm not sure. But things like that, they have to be cleaned up. So they're not ready for me to start soaking them yet, so I'll have to soak them, and I'll use a large trash barrel, a clean one that I use for the plants in the meantime. Because while I use this for the orchids, I've, have this pulley, move it up and down to soak them. There's also live fish in here. Helps make a nice nutrient broth, sort of, for the orchids. And I can balance this water. I don't have to worry about the pH or anything like that, because I can just have a great big huge batch of water that's ideal for the orchids. Which is what I like, because my tap water is not great for them. So I can treat this big system, and it's just easier that way. But I don't want to start soaking them yet if they're filthy, because then the fish. It's a whole balancing thing. And I have those new sturgeon. They're a little bit more sensitive to chemicals and whatnot. I don't use chemicals, really, on the orchids, unless I absolutely have to. I'm not opposed to it. I'll take care of them by any means necessary. But in the wintertime, no chemicals, because I don't want to hurt the fish. I have my camera cut. I don't know where I left off. The fish are still outside. One of them's in here because I was cleaning out the pond outside and it swam right into the net, and I was like, okay, well, I guess you're coming in tonight. The rest are coming in tomorrow. That's neither here nor there. So, but the Vandas, let's go ahead and have a look at them. You've already seen what I think is the Pichara, but I'm actually starting to think that this might be the Mikasa Blue. Princess Mikasa Blue. Maybe. Only because my Pichara actually has a Pichara tag on it, but I had two Picharas. Okay, back up. So, I have two orchids that have this paracord on them. Both of them were purchased on clearance from a local nursery just a few years ago. I remember those two because they have the paracord on them. They weren't labeled. They looked horrible, and they wanted 50 bucks a piece, or maybe it was like 45 for them, and I was like, listen, these are gonna die probably if you don't do something about it. They're not the easiest things to grow up where I live. It's kind of a specialized orchid, so I'll give you $5 because they looked horrible. And they said, sure, no problem. And they've put on a decent amount of new growth since then. You can see in here on this one. And yeah, this one has a spike on it. But I do remember that one of those is a Pachara. The other one, I don't know what it is because it's never bloomed for me. This will be the first time that both of these are in bloom for me, which is nice. I'll go ahead and I'll get them labeled and know which is which. And I also can see what appears to be a spike coming out down here. This is a, let's pull your tag out. This is the Rhynchoroides Bangkok Sunset crossed with Vanda Willis. Has a spike. I'm pretty sure this one has really pretty spikes. I get it confused with my Peggy Foo. I don't know, where is she? Peggy, where'd you go, girl? Oh, she's right here. One of these has really awesome flowers, and the other one I remember being very disappointed in. I think it was Peggy, though, because she has such a fun name, but her flowers were like, eh. Maybe this didn't photograph well. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Seed Infinidium Matratas looking okay. Got a few new growths on it. And here's that Brassavola nodosa. This is a mount I did in a video last winter. It's got lots of new root growth on it and some new growth, which is great. I remember I got a drill bit stuck in that thing. Oh my gosh, that thing was supposed to be like a quick video. Oh, it was like a 5-hour thing trying to get that drill bit out of there. Who else is in spike? Oh, Ruby. This is Vanda Fuchsia's Ruby. I've had this Vanda for a very long time, and it has never bloomed for me. It's been a really easy orchid, though. Like, very easy. You can see it has nice, strong new growth coming out. New growth that makes the old growth look pretty sad. But, again, I can tell that just about every single one of my Vandas needed more light, at least over the past several weeks when we started to move into fall. Which is okay, because the lighting in here is really strong during the winter time, so they should be fine. But let's see if I can get her down. I don't want to damage her roots. What do you think? Looks like a spike to me. I don't know. It is kind of lighter on the bottom, though. That could be a root. I'm not sure. Usually, I'm pretty certain about whether or not something's a spike or a root, but that one, it might be a root. Maybe I just got a little bit too excited. I don't know. In time, we'll find out. Whatever it is, I'm still happy because it did put on a lot of growth, so that's nice. I'm actually looking at its pot right now and realizing that I'm definitely going to need to get this guy out of there sometime soon because there's some media in it and debris falling in it, and eventually that's going to break down, and there's just going to kind of be like this sort of like a rotten filled root cookie sandwich, you could say. There will be roots on the top and on the sides and just rotten gunk on the inside. That's not going to be so fun to get out of there. But the biggest thing I am noticing from the Vandas from summer 2018 is lots and lots and lots of root growth. I mean, just tons of root growth. And you can look at them and tell very easily the difference between their winter roots right here, these skinny roots right here, and these really nice thick roots. This right here, this root that goes all the way from down here and all the way up to the plant. That's just from this summer. Really awesome stuff. I mean, just look at how thick they are. It would be a lot easier to show them off if they were wet, but I don't want to water them right now because they're still kind of cold. So, yeah, that kind of stinks. I almost never show my Vandas on camera with dry roots because I think they look prettier with green roots. I just think that looks cooler. Up here I have all of the quarter terretes. These were in a video a few years ago. I got these all from Moats, and they're looking pretty okay. These are the ones that definitely need the most light. Next summer, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with them, I think. All the orchids over there are fine. Not much to say about them. They're just doing their thing, being orchids. They're not in spike or bloom right now. This guy right here, I actually almost got rid of this one last year. Because, I mean, it's an ugly orchid. And you can look at this and be like, that doesn't look so good. And this is how it's looked for a few years. I got this one off eBay. It's a no-name. Unfortunately, over the years, a lot of their tags have disappeared. I need to, when they bloom, get back on top of making them new tags and attaching them really well to their pots. It's never looked great at all, and it didn't grow for about 2 years straight. Like, nothing. Okay, a little bit. Grew maybe 2 leaves a year, maybe. But this year, this stuff up top, that's all new. I have been worried about Fusarium with it, because the low growth and no flowering can be a sign of that sometimes. I've done a puncture test with this, it was somewhere in here, I don't know, it's been a couple years, where it's like a hollowed out needle, and I stuck it in there, pull it out, pop it out, look for a pink core, or a pink, if there's any pink in there, basically, but you don't go all the way straight through the center. That's for a separate video. It's complicated. It was fine, though. No pink. And even, you know, the pink-purple ring doesn't always mean fusarium. So even with that, I've kind of learned to not panic over that stuff anymore. But yeah, new growth. Happy about that. Still a junky-looking orchid, though. Isn't she? She's kind of ugly. And she's a new mother. There's a keiki in there. That's cool. And as I was saying, any lack of flowering that I've had this year, I'm going to attribute to not enough sun and uneven sun, why these things are kind of wonky a little bit. You want them to be kind of a light green color. These are a little bit darker. On camera, they look a little bit wider than they actually are. I mean, these guys, they're looking pretty good. I think they were getting enough sun. Maybe they could have gotten a little bit more. I have learned over the years that orchids, I mean, this is an extreme generalization, but the orchids I grow, mostly phals, oncidiums, cattleyas, vandas, those sorts of things, pretty common types of orchids. Oh, I left my zygopetalum outside. Okay, go get it. Too many orchids. How's it going? Yep, that's right, I'm back. How's it going, Pumpkin? You miss me? I missed you. Yes, that's my Tamagotchi. Don't make fun of me. And isn't this bowl beautiful? Okay, orchid. Gotta go get the orchid. Oh, my encyclia's here too. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm actually gonna leave those in the house. I think they'll do better in here because they're really cold. Okay, I'm now 99% positive all the orchids are in. As I was saying though, actually I don't know what I was saying, but basically I get excited when I bring them in just because I can get a really good up close look at them. During the summertime, I have these kind of up in the trees where I can see them, but I can't, like, get in and touch them, which isn't always great. It's really best to be able to get close up to your orchids and examine them really, really well, but they just do better for me when I have them up high and kind of away from me where I can't destroy them. Destroy them from smothering. I overlove them sometimes. This one right here, I got this is another eBay orchid. This looked so junky when it came to me, but it's new growth is looking pretty good. Has lots and lots of healthy roots. There are 4 plants in here. That's Mimi Palmer crossed with cerulean times Rinks. That's a tag that fell off that I have to remember to reattach. And here, this is my Asco Phoenicia, not going to focus. Twinkle, which is Neophoenicia falcata, Armani crossed with Asco Phoenicia Manhattan Super. This was a tiny little thing when I got it, but it's doing a lot better now. Lots and lots and lots of root growth. Kind of wonky, which isn't great, but you can see how big that fan is. I mean, it's looking pretty good. And it did flower fairly profusely this summer. It had lots and lots of spikes on it, so that's good. Overall, minus maybe not quite enough sunlight, I'd call this summer a success. The main thing I want to see is very, very, very big, vibrant, healthy plants when I bring them in. And a lot of that's based off of their roots. And I mean, I got some good roots going on these guys this summer, which is fantastic. Now the challenge is keeping those roots throughout the winter. I got to keep these nice and moisturized, nice and humid, but still have the good airflow. It is always a fun task trying to pull that off in the dry winter in my garage. Luckily, I have the help of about 700 gallons of water right here, so that's good. That was fun and chaotic. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out with me while I brought these guys in and went through the shuffle, and you got kind of a first glance as to why I don't really buy orchids very often anymore, because I have too many. I have trouble keeping track of them. When I didn't have as many other tropical plants, it wasn't as big of an issue, but now there's just, with the cactus and the succulents and all the different palm trees and the crotons and the various types of philodendrums and epidendrums, all the things. There's just so many things that I have gotten to a point where I don't really buy an orchid anymore unless I am absolutely crazy about it. And I consider them an investment. So I'm not like filling up with the like Trader Joe's cheaper orchids. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I have so many. I don't need to do that anymore. And I need to just keep my eyes set on the things that I really, really, really want. And that's kind of my motto for life, really. Don't sweat the small stuff. Aim big. God, how am I still talking? I'm so tired. Thanks for hanging out. Hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget to like the video. It helps a lot and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And subscribe as well, because I upload multiple times a week, and hit the notification bell. That way you know when new videos come out. Parts of this are also going to be in the vlog coming up this weekend. It's going to be a little bit different, but I wanted to do this in a separate video for my fellow orchid lovers. Oh, and my social media. I have that down in the description. Follow me and I'll follow you back. I have a lot of fun looking at everybody's pictures on Instagram and talk with everybody on there. I'm also on Snapchat and Twitter, but I'm not as great about getting on those. Or just comment down below. It's fun talking to everybody on here too, but sometimes it takes me a minute to get back because the app doesn't notify me all the time when I have new notifications. Messages, when I have new messages. Okay, I'm done. I promise. I swear. No more talking. I think the next time I have an orchid video, things are gonna look pretty different out here. I mean, let's hope, because I have like 3 days until another frost comes, so I'm gonna be very busy. But things will be more presentable, not as junky. I'm reorganizing everything, getting rid of things, and it's a whole thing, and I kind of love it. Okay, but as always, everybody, hope you're doing well. Above all else, and most importantly, keep on growing.